We are back again on a Wednesday, ready to give you the tea, the gaga, the 411. I am your host, Charlie, with my best girlfriend, Melanie. Hello, Circle Friends. How are you? How are you? Oh, this is so annoying. You know what's funny. It is funny. How are
Hey
you?
girl, hey girl, hey.
No, not Phaedra. Kim, what is it, from Jersey? How are you?
Who says that? Speaking
This,
of Jersey, did you see Dolores got engaged?
yes, congratulations to
Congrats.
the some
Did
golf.
you hear?
Congratulations to Dolores and Polly. He surprised her at an Apple store. She thought she was going on a regular Apple trip to the Apple
Mhm.
store, and
But it's so cute because it's very sentimental. They met at an Apple store.
oh, I
So
didn't know
that's
that.
why he proposed to her at the Apple store.
That is
And
so cute.
speaking of proposals, I don't know if I should say anything because they might be watching. Anyway, maybe next episode I'll talk about a proposal. Not me. I'm single like a Pringle. But proposals everywhere. But yeah, I thought that was so cute. Like that's very thoughtful. I know some people were like, "Oh, that's kind of like dumb." I don't think that's dumb. I think that that's very sentimental and nice. Like that's the first place you guys met. I'm gonna start hanging out in Apple stores, honey. Meet me
It,
at the Genius store.
it's dumb to the person who obviously the sentimental.
Yeah,
There's a story behind it, and I'm very much that. You could
yeah.
tell. You see, Polly's a Cancer. It's a water sign. So I get it. And me as a water sign, that is sentimental. That is something I would do. The details, like
Yeah.
the story. Uh, a
I'm a
story.
Cancer. What is it? Moon and Rising. So things like that.
A moon. Well, you either a moon, you either a Cancer moon or rising. Because there's moon
I'm
and
both. I'm both.
you're Cancer.
I'm Aquarius Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising.
Oh, okay, double Cancer.
So like, I'm like a what is it? Oxymoron because
Hmm.
I'm technically supposed to not have like a lot of emotions, but I do
Mhm.
because of my Cancer side. So yeah, what can I
You're
say?
surrounded by Pisces.
What?
You're surrounded by Pisces too.
I really am. Yeah.
So
I was literally, I think I was telling you the other day how I feel very grateful for like friends and family and stuff, but more so like with my uncle and his wisdom. I was like, I get wisdom from Charlie, I get wisdom from my uncle, and they're both Pisces. It's so funny. So
but how was your weekend? Anything new? Um anything that you're watching?
you know what's crazy? I really haven't been. Oh hey Jay, I really haven't been watching TV. I don't know what it is, but like I've been trying to get into like the Housewives and watching Potomac and watching Salt Lake. I don't finish them. Like I'm distracted. What I've been doing, honestly, to like, you know, as a mental exercise and like to pass time, I've been playing with puzzles, like building puzzles.
Mm.
And I bought one on Amazon, and like that shit is hard. That shit is hard, especially doing it yourself. I should have gotten like a 10 piece. I should have started off with like 10 little pieces,
The bigger
20,
one, the jumbo ones.
the jumbo ones that the little kids use. No, me being like freaking overachiever was like, I could do this, no problem. 1,000 little pieces. So I have a friend coming over next week. I'm gonna see if he can help me.
Oh, not the friend coming over next week.
It's just a friend.
Speaking of come on over mature, Hillary Duff just dropped a new song, and it's just I'm feeling all sorts of nostalgia as a millennial with so many millennial s things coming back.
Yeah.
I feel nostalgia, but I feel a little old, like aging, but still nostalgia and happiness. And Hilary Duff, who I've always loved, I've always loved Hilary Duff, and I've always loved her love for Britney Spears. Even the Lizzie McGuire show loved Lizzie McGuire loved Britney Spears, and I loved. So I've always fucked with Hillary Duff. She was my favorite. And then Lindsay versus Hillary Duff battle. I was Team Lindsay.
You were Team Lindsay?
Absolutely. 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 100. No, did I say Lindsay?
You said Lindsay.
My bad.
Freudian slip. I was Team Lindsay. You were Team Hillary.
Hillary Duff. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm just going on a tangent. And I thought Lindsay. No. Hillary Duff. Absolutely over Lindsay. Although I fuck with Lindsay's little, I'm tired of rumors started. I fuck with her album big time, but Hillary Duff all the way. I love Hillary Duff, and she released a new song called Mature. And my expectations, because she's hinting, she said that this album's for the gays. They always want to get us gays. They always want to make an album for the gays. It's for the gays. So I expected a little something different, more dancey, maybe what's to follow. But you know, what I got, it wasn't bad. I didn't, it wasn't my expectations, but it was like a tongue-in-cheek, think Sabrina Carpenter-esque tongue-in-cheek lyrics. I don't know if you heard the song or seen the video.
I heard a snippet. I like Sabrina Carpenter a lot, but like, I don't think it's cute to replicate someone that's already like popular right now, because it's not gonna land. It never lands.
No, but I don't think it's like doing exactly like copying Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's just I'm describing how like the lyric, you know, lyrically, the wordplay and the tongue-in-cheek, like.
Didn't her husband produce her?
Matthew Coma, right? That's his name.
Matthew Kona.
Kona, okay, yeah. Who's, by the way, younger than her. I don't know how much influence or how much he's produced this album, but I'm sure him being a songwriter and a musician, he's definitely helping her out. Because I feel like
she needs to bring back like a song with love. Remember? I love that song.
I love that album.
She had a perfume called With Love, I think.
Yeah, With Love, yeah.
That perfume, I've been trying to find that shit everywhere. It smells so good. Maybe it smells like 2009, but I loved it. That was my shit. Yeah, I really like that song, With Love. But did you know that her and her sister are not like cool? Like they have beef or whatever for years. They haven't like really spoken. And they are like, I don't know if they have NDAs or what, but they do not speak about each other. They don't follow each other. Yeah, there's drama there. Hillary and Haley Duff.
Look at this. I'm being gagged on the podcast. Like
I learned that years ago through TikTok.
I did not know this, but you know what? It makes sense. Like, listen, TikTok, as we know, High Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't know because you're not. I don't know how you're watching. But you know, the storyline, you know, came up with someone bringing up a TikTok, and we know TikTok be TikToking, and not everything's real on TikTok. But it makes sense, girl, because I haven't seen her post nothing where, and I follow Hillary Duff on my personal page. I follow her, so you're right. I haven't seen. They were close like this before.
They used to be like this before,
and I haven't seen in years. Now that you bring it up. Any post, like, I mean, she's even posted her giving birth in a, because I think she did natural birth in a pool with one of her kids. She even posted that. And now that you think about it, that it's coming up, and I haven't seen her sister in years. So
her sister is living her life like, I think she's married.
Luckily, just in case. But
yeah, I think Haley Duff, I always found her to be like super pretty, very like, because she was the brunette, and she was like, I don't know. She didn't have that much attention as Hillary, but
Hillary was the star first. Haley basically came, you know, as a guest star in the later seasons of Lizzie McGuire. I feel like every pop star back then helped their siblings. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Haley Duff, Britney Spears, Jamie Lynn, Beyonce, Solange, Jessica Simpson, Ashley Simpson.
Trying to think who else. Lindsay Lohan and then Ali Lohan.
Ali Lohan. And if we even want to talk siblings, Nick Carter, Aaron Carter.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you know, not all siblings are always hunky-dory. I should know.
Listen, look at the Braxtons, but there you go. we spoke about the Braxtons last week. Now that goes to prove it's not only us, melanated ones that have issues. Those white
Yeah.
ones have issues too. They just know how to keep it under covers better than us. We too passionate.
Now, some white people don't be trying to put their business out there, but like it's obvious. You will see it. If you don't, I don't know, if you don't pay attention, I guess. But yeah, I've been known that.
I wasn't paying attention. And again, I follow Hillary Duff and all that. But
Melanie Cooper out.
speaking of music and Hillary Duff, now that we're on this Hillary Duff thing, shout out to Hillary Duff. She debuted at number 2 on the iTunes chart behind Taylor Swift. So I'm like, okay, people are still interested in Hillary Duff. She climbed up there. But we'll see what's left to offer. She's actually gonna go on tour. She's gonna be in Brooklyn, I think. Is she gonna go to Brooklyn at the Paramount? And I would definitely go see her. I seen Hillary Duff in concert years ago in Boston when she was touring for the With Love album. So I was able to see her. I would definitely see her again. But anyways, let's talk Grammys because the Grammy nominations came out last week. And we're not going to go deep into all the many, many, many categories and some of the boring categories like children's contemporary book nominees. We're not going to do that. But we're going to talk the bigger categories and the nominees.
That's the easiest way to get a Grammy.
Right? Children's contemporary?
No, like writing, like being a narrator for a book or like doing some shit. Yeah.
I like Kitty Kaboom. Like I would do voice narration and I'm very animated and
I don't know if you got the voice for animation or like narration. I don't know.
Oh, to read a book?
You have a thick New York accent.
I do. I have a New York accent.
I have a thick New York
accent. My accent from, and I'm like, I'm Puerto Rican.
No, your shit is very New Yorican. Very.
I guess. Best dance pop recording. We have nominees in there: Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, Lady Gaga for Abracadabra, Sarah Larson went for Midnight Sun, Tate McRae, Just Keep Watching, which I love this song when it came out. So the fact that it's nominated for, and I still pump the song, it is an anthem of mine. I really, shout outs to her for being nominated. And the Grammys actually nominated her for this song because I love this fucking song. And last but not least, Pink Panther's Illegal.
I like that song.
So, that's for Best Dance. Again, the Grammys are airing this year, Sunday, February 1st. Let's see. Best Dance for Best Global Music Performance. And shout out to Bad Bunny for being nominated for, I believe, 6. But also being the first Latin artist to be nominated for the Big Top Album of the Year, is it? He did it for Un Verano Sin Ti, and now he's doing it with Debí Tirar Más Fotos, so shout outs to him. But for both, he's also nominated for this Best Global Performance with EO.
Really?
Ciro Hurtado. Sorry there, I have to go back for the Best Global Music Performance. But yeah.
Wait, why is he being nominated for EO when it wasn't even a single? I mean, I'm not complaining. I love that song.
Angelique Kidjo, Jerusalema, JC Rojas, and Shakti.
Who are those people?
Oh, and Anushka Shankar. So this is very global. We know who's gonna win that. Basically, Bad Bunny. Best Latin Pop Album. Surprisingly, Bad Bunny is not in that category. I guess some people say he's not pop. But Rauw Alejandro Cosa Nuestra, the first one, is nominated. Andrés Cepeda Bogota, Karol G Tropicoqueta. We have Cancionera Natalia Lafourcade, Cancionera. Alejandro Sanz, Y Ahora Qué.
I love him.
So those for that's that for that category. For Best Pop Vocal Album, we have Justin Bieber for his album Swag, Sabrina Carpenter, Matt's Best Friend, Miley Cyrus, Something Beautiful, Lady Gaga Mayhem, and Teddy Swims. I tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. Never heard of Teddy.
That's tough. I mean, I'll go with if Gaga doesn't win, I will be okay with Teddy Swims because I think I like Teddy
Who
Swims.
is he? I was
He
just
is
saying, there's always some random person I don't know.
he is this white soulful man. Like when he sings, he sounds like a black man.
Oh,
And I
Sam
think
Smith.
he's no, but he's not giving Sam Smith. Like he doesn't look like Sam Smith. He's this tatted up like white guy, ele gordito, and like he's southern, but he sings like he came from church.
Mm. For record of the year, we have the Beat on My Photos by Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild, Doechii, Anxiety, Billie Eilish.
Eilish.
Eilish. That's right, pause. Billie Eilish, Perry, God. Ladies, forgive me. I love you, Perry, by the way. Lady Gaga, Abracadabra, Kendrick Lamar with another one, SZA.
SZA.
Luther, Chaperone, The Subway, and Rose and Bruno Mars.
Appetite.
APT. That's a steep competition right there. I don't know who's gonna
Yeah.
take. That's hard. That's a good lineup this year. Album of the year, Bad Bunny, Debí Tirar My Foto, and again, he becomes the first artist to have like be nominated for album of
I don't
the
think
year.
he's going.
Huh?
I have a feeling he's not gonna go.
He's not gonna win, right? Oh, he's
No,
not
no.
going.
I
Oh,
don't think he's gonna go. Like
I
in the
yeah,
Grammy.
he has a lot going on. He's on a world tour, rehearsing for the Super Bowl.
Unless he wins and they tell him like, yeah, you need to be there because you're gonna win.
Yeah,
Which I don't know. Sometimes they do that. I heard that Beyonce only goes if she knows that she's gonna win. Allegedly.
Justin Bieber, Swag, Sabrina Carpenter, Man's Best Friend, Clips, Pusha T, and Malice, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Lady Gaga, Mayhem, Kendrick Lamar, Gen X, Leon Thomas, Mutt, and Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. And listen, I'm surprised I haven't gotten to any of Tyler the Creator stuff. I know he's been popping and people like him for a while and stuff.
Yeah, me.
This album, I got into him. Like,
this is his shortest album. He's had albums that are like long.
Listen, then you know what? Maybe this short for this day and age of ADDism worked for me because I really like that album. And even with in my line of work, my favorite line is "Stop playing with me." In and out of work, stop playing with me. So, I mean, shout out to Tyler the Creator. I became a fan with that album. Now let's talk some rap. The best rap album category, we have Clips again, Pusha T and Malice, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Glorilla, Glorious, Jid, JID or Jid, God Loves Ugly, Kendrick Lamar with GNX, and Tyler the Creator again with Chromacopia. Best R&B best R&B performance, Yukon, Justin Bieber. I'm surprised Justin Bieber got the nominations he got for this album because I didn't really connect with these part 1 and part 2. But Chris Brown featuring Bryson Tyler, It Deepens, Kalani Folded, Leon Thomas, and Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman.
I like all of them. I'm rooting for Clips and him. I like Summer Walker too, but I want to give it to Clips because they just came back and like him and Malice got back together, so they deserve it. And that album is really good.
So we'll see. We'll see come February 1st. And that we always talk Grammys and fashion and stuff, so we'll definitely we'll be all the way tuned in. Now, staying on the music trend. Oh, real quick, did you hear about before we talk more music? Did you hear about the penny basically is obsolete? Today is the death of the last printed pennies.
I heard that the pennies they've been stopped printing them, but like you're gonna start seeing them like not be available at all. Like,
well, Trump proposed back in February that we stop printing pennies. And listen, there's many things that Trump proposes and does, and a lot of bullshit going on. But this is one of those mundane things that I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at it. And I mean,
I don't think that that's cool. You have to understand that there are people in New York in many places, but mostly in New York, that are still pinching pennies literally in a piggy bank and changing it for cash. There are people that are still collecting bottles, recyclable shit, in fucking garbage bins outside and putting them in trash bags to what is it, exchange bottles, plastic bottles for cash. So I don't, I feel like this just goes to show inflation is crazy, because now getting rid of pennies when that actually can help, that's sad.
But honestly, in my for me, I see that perspective, but I know this is something he proposed back in February. But even before Trump era, I heard and I had conversations, and I listened to other people who are well into the whole political thing about how pennies one day will go. I've heard this for a while, even before Trump, like will go away, etc. And
Mm.
I kind of agree with it, and I see now coming at being at this point because I see the perspective you brought, but the perspective I see and observe, pennies are like, even in the places like going to the stores, whether it's food, whatever, many people don't use pennies. And nowadays, like people don't even round up, give you things. They just, if it's 46 cents, people are like, forget it. And they just round down.
Well, what about those families that only have 46 cents? I'm gonna read out a list really fast of the pros of keeping pennies. It prevents price increases. It eliminates pennies. Eliminating pennies will require businesses to round up prices up to the nearest nickel. So instead of something being 99 cents, like we see it here, we don't have any more 99-cent stores. But we're not just. It's not just in New York. It's in other places too. So everything will have to be rounded up, which is going to disproportionately affect low income households. Supports charities. Charities often rely on small donations. For example, you like to go to the museum, right? As New Yorkers, we get to give any donation. If you want to give $1 or you want to give a penny, you can. Now, someone who's hella broke but wants to go and doesn't have money because they're pinching it for the rest of the week, they had that one penny, they can't donate it anymore. Preserves a piece of history. Pennies are a nostalgic part of American history, featuring prominent figures like Abraham Lincoln. And then the last one is they can be cost effective than other coins. When producing pennies, pennies cost more than their face value. It can be cost efficient to produce them than nickels. So the only other thing that they said, the cons, like the bad reasons of having pennies around, it wastes time and energy, environmental impact, low economic value, and high production costs. But it doesn't say anything about it not helping low income families and
But
people.
it's affecting environmental. I mean, if we like, it depends on the person. If there's someone who's a Captain Planet, he's a hero lover,
Not
they
a
can
capital.
really go deep and say how it's going to affect environmental. Now, I care about the environment. I care about all different aspects. I'm equally care.
Bitch, do not pull a Kourtney Kardashian who's like, oh, I care about this, but then she has like Wi-Fi and a bunch of stuff that like
But
drinking from plastic, like
listen, we all, in a way, we all hypocritical in a
the
sense.
only bad thing that I know about pennies, people throwing them in through like outside of windows and hitting people in the head.
But listen, the half cent went away back in 19. I should have written that down in my handy dandy notebook to seem more smarter. But the half, listen, we had half a cent that went away years ago. We had the $2 bill that went away years ago.
Those are
We're
lucky.
still alive. A penny, I personally don't. I mean, I see that perspective. Again, I'm someone who sees things, and that's why sometimes people are like, oh, Pisces can pick a side because they think. I see that perspective, but I really don't. My opinion, and from what I see and observe with people shopping and thing, and even now, I think my notes here was in the future, I feel money's gonna be obsolete, and it's already being set out there. The memes and stuff, everything's gonna be a card or a chip or something. Maybe not our lifetime, but it will get there the way we're going. But we don't have to worry.
Very rich.
But we don't have to worry because there is still 250 billion pennies in circulation in the world. So just like we still see that red $2 bill, it's going to take years till we're calling the penny rare. So there's that for
I
everyone.
love $2 bills. If I ever saw one, I would keep it. Like that's good luck.
I used to, but then I get rid of it. There's people who collect it. There's collectors, and they're out there. They're always gonna be out there because there's collectors, and then it's gonna be worth fucking money.
Wasn't
So
there like a coin? Not a coin, but like the gold. Am I making this up? Like there used to
the
be
gold
like
dollar coin,
oh
and
yeah,
there was
yeah.
the Indian, and yeah, a lot of people were saving them at once upon a time. I think that was very big when I was dating the first
Uh-oh.
tourist. Remember? That's when they were very big, and people were collecting them and putting them in that book, and they were spitting out like the Mama Shagui. God, listen. I don't want to get canceled for saying someone's
Sacagawea?
Sagatuia. Yeah,
Wait, who was the first tourist?
girl, yeah, the short one, Puerto Rican. Short Puerto Rican, the only short Puerto Rican I dated. God.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways,
My
um,
bad.
speaking of money, listen, I know we've spoken about tips and like tipping on services when we go out to eat and stuff, and the different takes on that. But now I'm also thinking and considering that with services. And when I mean services we get like I am someone who likes to go get a mani and pedi. I like to take care of myself. Those little things to me are self-care. And I feel good.
Right.
Going through something I feel good that I'm able to, this is something I could do for me. And I feel like I'm doing for thing and I haven't done something for myself and I can't do something big, but my nails, But one thing is, like, when I've seen a great job, and then when I see mediocre job, it's like, this is where my mind comes into like, how do I tip? And at this point, because I'm someone who I'm a slow burner. Sometimes I may think in the moment, react in the moment, like, let's see and call things out. But then when I really look at it a day later or certain things sink in, I'm like, no way. Starting now on and heed nails people, I'm not gonna start tipping if I don't think my nails are up to par.
I wouldn't not tip because they could come after you, especially to the places that you go. I would just probably tip less than you normally do. So with me, when I go get my nails done and I get like a mani and pedi, I've noticed that like my girls are consistent because I go to the same people, but I've learned to like open my mouth at that moment. If I see that I don't like the shape of my nail and or it's too long or they need to buff it out more or something like that, I will speak on it. Before I used to be so scared and shy and timid and be like, oh no, I don't want to hurt her feelings. But then at the end of the day, I'm the one that's going home and has to deal and look at my nails and feel away because I spent so much money and didn't open my mouth. Now, obviously, you attract more bees with honey. You got to say it in a nice way. But as far as tipping, if I feel like it's okay, it's like she did her best. I just didn't like the color I chose or something. I'm not gonna take that out on her. I'm not gonna tip as well as I would. But speaking of tipping, I've been like not generous, but like when it comes to Ubers and Lyfts, I find myself more often than not now tipping. Whereas before, like I would even forget to tip. Now I feel like if I get in an Uber and I have like a nice conversation, the ride is good, the driver is not on his phone like streaming freaking YouTube videos or like driving, making me nauseous in the back, I'll give them a nice tip. But yeah, when it comes to services, I don't know. Some people think that they have like this kind of like obligation to tips. So
I
yeah.
mean, I'm speaking for myself. I grew up in a world, and I don't want to say through my parents or whatever, but more, especially particularly my first relationship. Really, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a great tool. Like I don't want to be that person. Like I do think you have to be generous in life and give in life to receive and all that. I truly believe in that. But like really through my first boyfriend, it was drilled in me like how to tip and
Yeah.
etc. And to be a good tip and percentage and this and that and service. So it was instilled in me, and I respect it. Like I get it. I know it's etiquette, but
Mm,
as we progress and continue going in this life and things change and ebb and flow, should we still follow that old protocol or that old the way we were raised to tip? You know what I mean? Like things are a changing and generations are changing. Gen Z, they like to say millennials, and we posted this on our inner circle Instagram page of how they say millennials don't like to work. Bullshit. We're busting our ass, okay? We're doing our damn thing. Now, Gen Z, that's a different story. And the lack of, and listen, I even seen a post today of someone who used to work at JetBlue, where I used to work at as well. And this person used to work AO, customer service. And it was like, yeah, when I was in JetBlue, like customer service was much better. Like, what's going on nowadays? The newer generation, newer people. And I'm not only blaming it on them, but it's like, if we're gonna have these newer people acting a certain way or working a certain way or giving us a certain level of service,
yeah.
we still tip the same way that we used to back in the day. Uh,
I want to read some of the comments because they are actually, I agree. Tipping, if you think about it, is based on how much something costs, not the actual service. If I buy a burger for $5 and give a 20% tip, it's $1 tip. If I buy the same burger at a more expensive restaurant, that's $20. Now I have to tip $4. That makes no sense. Tipping in America is based on how much something costs, which is dumb. Tipping should be based off service, not cost of whatever it is you're buying. I agree 100% because I think that some people feel like I work in hospitality. I've gone out to dinners, like business dinners and stuff, and I've had my bosses be like, "Oh, the total was 200 and something dollars. So should I leave this amount or like that?" I see them doing the math, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, and I get it, but at the same time, what if like the service was ass and it wasn't even that great?"
no, and another thing to add to that about tipping, um,
I don't
I
sound like a Karen, but it's true.
no. Me being someone, I've been to Europe and I've been to places like Spain and Barcelona. They do not depend on tipping. They do not. I've been to, there's other places in Europe that there is not a thing like where you're required to tip,
Yeah,
which is why a lot of, you know, um, bus waiters and stuff over here, especially in New York and the States, because a lot of Europe people like to come, welcome to New York, to New York. A lot of waiters over here have a big issue with Europeans because Europeans are not in a lot of European places like Spain. They're not. It's not a lot. It's not that they're not allowed, but they're not raised like us over here, where tipping is on service, etc. It's
right.
not. It's not the same over there. So that's why over here you come and like they leave and they just leave the change and stuff, and you're offended. But it's like that's what they're used to. Now when we go over there and we're leaving tips like, and they're like, they look
Facts.
at you like you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, and that's why
But
they.
and then if you tip based on like Jay just said, if you tip based on service, people are gonna call you broke because what what could be a good service to me may not necessarily be a good service to you. I don't like my servers all up in my business, asking me a million questions. I like them to be
5 minutes.
servicial, like, oh, what do you want? You tell me the specials if you want to. Give me a recommendation if you want to. Circle back and be like, is everything good? But give me space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
them to be all up on me. I consider that to be great service. Now, there are some people that want hand holding and they want you to come around and like cater to them, tunnel vision, like you're the only restaurant, like you're the only person in the booth in the restaurant. So to that I say sometimes it's just best to like think of like the situation. And I also agree that a lot of restaurants don't they do the thing at the end of the night where they take all the tips together and then they have to redistribute them. towards
split it
everyone.
between like the
Yeah,
busters, the
yeah.
hostess.
So that's why when I tip extra because I know that it's not wholeheartedly gonna go to my server. It's gonna go also to like a bartender or so or whoever. So that's why like you can't just do it based on service. You gotta do it also because it's like the human decency. But then at the same time, to expect immaculate service in hospitality is like a unicorn. You're not gonna see that shit.
Mm-mm.
I remember I grew up in Florida. I'm accustomed to Publix where I remember the first time we went to Publix, I will never forget this. My dad wanted to like tip this guy. You know, Publix, they hire people that are like less, I don't want to say less fortunate. They hire people that, you know, may have like some issues, disabilities, and things like that. And the guy had like a disability. He was super nice, super sweet. And my dad, he likes to have cash, and he like was trying to give him like a five or something, not even like a lot. And the guy was like, "No, I'm so sorry. No, I can't take that. I'll get in trouble." And like freaked out. And we were just looking at him like, "What the fuck?" And there's signs everywhere in Publix in the supermarket that says no tipping, no tipping is allowed. So we were like, "Oh, okay, that's new," because we're accustomed to New York. But yeah, some places don't accept tipping either. So and then you got to do it on the low low.
It's funny because I at work I just got an email. I'm sure it wasn't just me, but like how this holiday season we're not allowed to, you know,
Except cash gifts.
yeah,
Yeah,
tips, gifts, blah blah blah. It's like
it's a conflict of interest. I in retail, I think they do the same thing. I don't. I think there's a lot of jobs that don't allow that, but it's like, bitch, throw it in a card. Like pretend it's not there.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but
All these jobs have this like protocol, like, oh, that's conflict of interest. Don't take cash, but then you guys want to do $100 and up for Secret Santa. Get out of here, bitch. Get out of here.
right. But going back to music because we diverted thing before we go. Rosalia, which funny enough,
Oh
it's
boy.
crazy how the universe works. Because I was thinking, what happened to Rosalia? I haven't really heard anything about her. She hasn't really done anything, any features, nothing. She's been very quiet for a few years, I feel like at least over 2 years.
Mhm.
Quiet, not in the fray, nothing breaking news. I'm like, I wonder what had happened to Rosalia. Well, the universe answered. And a few weeks ago, she dropped a single, which I'm like, oh, here she goes, featuring Bjork and some other singer. Interesting video, interesting song. I'm like, interesting, but I liked it. Not something I will go to, but it was interesting and I liked it.
That
The
shit was
art,
scary as fuck.
you know, you seen it, right? The
I
Bjork.
saw it. I listened to it. What it's in English, Spanish, German, and something else. I forget. But you know, I think that she's trying to branch out of the whole colonizing ways of hers, like the reggaeton, the merengue. Like she was very influenced in that area because she was dating someone that was in that area. I think that she went back to Spain to find herself. She's also been like, I think, acting. I think she's gonna be in the next season of Euphoria.
Oh, okay.
So she's been acting, doing that, and hanging out with actors like Jeremy Allen White, the guy from The Bear. I heard that they were dating. So she's perfecting her English. But her new album, I haven't heard all the songs. I only heard two, the one that just came out and then the La Perla. I think that she's trying to go back to her roots. And she's not her roots per se, but like going back to a different genre that's not
No,
she's accustomed to. Her roots are
it's
like
not the roots. Because you just said it like, listen, she didn't start off by copying. She started off with her roots. But then as you branch off, and listen, I don't knock this for any artist. I'm not gonna say, oh, they're biting or there is culture vulture, but to I think us Hispanics, Latinos, We get to experience in our different genres and play with it because we are cultural mix. At the end of the day, we're Latinos and stuff, and we should be able to like play a little with, el reggaeton. Si tú eres mexicano, do a little flamenco or whatever the case. All right.
Yeah.
I get it, Spaniards, but at the end of the day, Spaniards make the history and all that of the Latin Caribbean world and stuff. So with that being said, let's get to La Perla. She is back to her roots, like you said. I don't knock her for experiencing things, and yes, she was dating a Puerto Rican, and I like the segue because she was dating the last. I mean, we haven't heard from her, but the last person we know she was dating was Rauw Alejandro, who released Cosa Nuestra over a year ago, actually around this time, and just released Cosa Nuestra Capítulo Cero back in September, which is, I guess, part 2 of Cosa Nuestra, but it's Capítulo Cero. But Rauw Alejandro, I know from listening to Cosa Nuestra that was released last year, there was some songs where I'm like, okay, this is about Rosalia, where he wasn't, where it was more of heartbreak feel. Rosalia this time around, out of nowhere, because I didn't know where she was, she just dropped a visual 3 weeks ago, and here comes the album last Friday, released La Perla. And shout out to our girl Lisa, our circle friend, one of our circle friends here, that came with some tea and poignant stuff and history and tattoo screenshots, receipts, and
I
timelines.
need Lisa to come back. She's our correspondent.
She's one of our circle friends here.
Yeah, I got a breakdown of the song on TikTok. Obviously, it was this girl. I have to
look La Perla, please. The reference to
the reference of La Perla is a place. It's a very shanty town in San Juan, in Puerto Rico. It's basically like the Pearl. It's called the Pearl. The song is basically depicting a man who is a user and abuser, and if you get involved with him, there's no coming back. I could look up the lyrics. The song is in Spanish.
No, I have it. I have the lyrics of this.
Okay, done. Because I was gagged when I was reading the lyrics. I was like, "What the fuck?" And it's obviously about him. The dead giveaway was when she said something about like you collect bras. What do women like to throw at Rauw Alejandro in concerts? Bras. I was like, oh.
There's a few things that she said. Listen, I love an artist that in their lyrical content, you get it, but it's still, I don't want to continue using the word tongue in cheek, but
double entendre.
There's still that subtle shade, that hyperbole, that simile of the word use, but the relationship. And listen, where I'm not currently relating to it, I've related to it. And a man like that, earth signs.
Earth signs. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to see the light, girl. I ain't no grief over here.
No. Playboy en campeón gasta el dinero que tiene y también el que no. Listen, baby. When she said this, it brought me back to an XX.
What sign is Rauw Alejandro?
Capricorn. I don't want to start no trouble. I don't want people thinking it's indirectas. I had a Capricorn X, so let me just put that out there.
I plead the fifth.
And that line right there. Listen, one thing I gotta give to Capricorn.
Wait, is he a January or December? Yeah.
Wait.
January. Because I've had my share of Capricorns. I think I've dated like 3 or 4. And there is a difference between the December ones with the January ones. The January ones are fucking demons. And I mean, I could say that because
I had a January one too.
They're demons that don't know how to let go.
Then she says another lyric, another lyric for me, medalla olímpica de oro al más cabrón. Now we know cabrón is a Puerto Rican word.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
a very Puerto Rican word that many have adopted, and I ain't gonna, hate Colombians. It's okay. We share, but we know it's a Puerto Rican origin word, just like everyone has their origins, stuff. Tienes el podio de la gran desilusión. What else? I don't know for you what other things. El rey de la 13-14, and I'm sure she's like that's for me when I heard that I'm like there's something more meaningful to that. I don't know if his address in Puerto Rico or what.
Damn, the video, not the video, the TikTok that I saw, it basically, the girl is from Puerto Rico and she breaks it down. Rompecorazones Nacional, un terrorista. The part that got me was un terrorista emocional, emotional terrorist. El mayor desastre mundial. What is it? The major disaster, world disaster. Es una perla, nadie se fía. I don't know. I just know that at the end of the day, this was therapeutic for her. I wish I could relate and like sing the song, but I really can't. But I mean, I know what I could. I think anyone can listen to this song and read the lyrics and dedicate it to an ex. But
So
yeah,
grabé tu nombre en mis costillas. So she has a lyric where she says, grabé tu nombre en mis costillas, which in her left underboob, she put Rauw.
Yeah, and he got a tattoo of her
on his chest, abdomen area. Actually, let's show. Hold
and
on.
he covered it up. Raise it up a little higher. Yeah. Yeah. And then he covered it up.
Let's show hers. Let's show hers. So you circle friends. Hold on. Could see.
I would never get somebody's move it to the yeah. Yeah,
now,
I would never get somebody's
listen, I know Capricorns are big for this because Capricorn experience, me in a Capricorn. I may be shooting myself in the foot by admitting this on this podcast, but me and a Capricorn got a tattoo, matching tattoo.
Which one?
I ain't gonna say.
I mean, on the after show, you could tell me which tattoo it is.
But I know Capricorns are big for that. And yeah, so but basically, La Perla, she blasted him. The reason why it was so shocking to me is because again, I've been thinking myself, where's Rosalia? Where's she been? And the fact we heard Rauw drop Cosa Nuestra last year, you heard some heartbreak songs. He wasn't blasting her heartbreak, so it makes sense. Like, he was the heartbreaker because he could have said some shit about her. But it was more the songs that I heard that I knew was about her. It was more lamenting. And then Cosa Nuestra Capítulo Cero came out. I didn't really get a hint of her, but then she dropped her album. And with this particular song alone, I'm like, oof. Music is therapy, y'all. And listen, if you're dating a musician, an artist, or anyone, know when you fuck with them is it'll be released through art.
I can't. You know what's crazy? I can't see myself like dating a musician. If you sing, okay, cool. Like if you do that shit on your free time, whatever. But like, you want that to be your career? I can't date a musician. I've never. Have I? I don't think so. I don't like. I can't see myself being like, buy my man's mixtape. Like, no.
Yeah. Well, listen, I didn't think I was gonna do the show like this, end it like this, but since it's November, I'm already thinking about dry January. Since it's November and it's the month of gratitude, Thanksgiving. Could you believe? Could you believe? And I was thinking about this, and I was gonna tell you this us voice texting, but I'm like, I'll save it for the show. Could you believe tomorrow, 2 weeks to Thanksgiving?
Time flies, especially in 2025.
2025, five is one of my favorite numbers, but this year's Zoom, no. The beginning, like January, February, was a little like weird, and maybe even a little.
I knew this year was gonna fly when the summer literally came and went. I literally did an about face, and it was already like Labor Day weekend.
You know how I feel about this year? You know what song makes me think about this year? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Like my heart goes boom, boom.
Boom, boom. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. That's
Oh, I
hilarious.
feel this year went my supernova girl. Like seriously, I feel this year went like crazy, and it's just going by. Like fall came, September, October, like. But all in all, I'm still trying to remain grounded. Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm getting excited about Thanksgiving actually, even with like the world and everything going on, and I'm getting excited about Thanksgiving now. And 2 weeks from tomorrow, girl. So let's do something different. We haven't done this in a while. And I didn't think I was gonna do this. This is off the cuff. Let's end it in gratitude.
Okay. Want me to go first?
Yes, because I gotta think.
Okay, so I am grateful for friends, family, especially when I have been going through a tough time recently. And also, I'm grateful for my perseverance because I realize that there are things you could like it's people think it's corny and it's like very dumb to say this, but like you are your biggest critic. And when you do something, at least for me, when you do something that you know it's not you and it's not something you want to be seen as you or that to be your perception, you can go down like a spiral. But with I'm grateful for my perseverance because I felt like I was getting to that place and I realized like no, that's not who I am. So I'm grateful for that, and obviously grateful for my friends and family for like keeping me afloat. What's yours?
I'm grateful for growth.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
truly I'm grateful for growth. As I embark like on what's coming on like a big year in 2026 for me. And again, as time goes by and this podcast goes by, I'm sure I'll reveal more in my 40s of what it means. And I don't want to get emotional being in my 40s, and hopefully God granted me making it to my 50s. You know, we have to evolve and grow. And no one's perfect, but I'm really, for me, I've been trying to do my best with evolving and growing in situations, things with the people around me, just everything and things that come up, even within my job. And I realize in certain moments where like I'm doing different things and thinking different ways and taking different patterns and approaches to not repeat old cycles with people in my life or situations and stuff. So I'm thankful for growth and the work I've been putting in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thankful for that. And it's continuous because I'm not perfect.
We're all work in progress.
Yeah.
Anyone that says that they're super duper healed and perfect is not, that's not the case.
Yes. So what a way to end it. Let's end it in gratitude today. And next week, tune in next week for a super fun show. 2 weeks from Thanksgiving, we have our Friendsgiving episode. Then I guess that Wednesday that we always do.
Oh
Listen,
shit. It doesn't look different this year.
the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is a party always on the Inner Circle podcast. So definitely tune in that Wednesday. But next week, tune in. Same place, same time. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share. A simple like. It's free. It goes a long way. It helps. Follow us on the Inner Circle Podcast on our Instagram, where we post the latest news, motivational things, all the good things. We love you guys. Thank you for the support always. See you next week.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast. And catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube.